Hey Red Raiders, it's your girl Maky. So today's video, I'm gonna be telling you all about how to get an on-campus job. No point in wasting time. Let's get this video started. Okay, so I was thinking about a lot of the videos that I make, and I was like, honestly, I feel like I just keep giving like big sister advice. So I am going to officially declare myself every single Texas Tech student's big sister. I'm here to point you in the right direction on how to do good in your job interviews, how to get an on-campus job, what organizations to apply to, all that fun stuff. So in today's episode of Big Sister Advice Time with Maky, we're talking about how to get an on-campus job. First and foremost, I just want to stress that on-campus jobs are the best thing ever. If you can get a job on campus, do it. It's so nice because they have to work with your schedule. If you have class or you have to study or something like that, they have to be understanding like school comes first on on-campus jobs. So it's really, really nice. So I always recommend working on campus. It's also really nice if, you can go straight from class to work. You don't have to like drive off campus or anything like that. And if you're living on campus, you literally could never leave campus for a whole day and somehow still manage to eat, sleep, go to work, and go to class without ever leaving Texas Tech campus. So definitely get an on-campus job if you can. Now, there's a few different ways that you can go about getting an on-campus job, and usually my videos are really long. I'm trying to keep this one short and simple. We'll see if I'm able to do it. My very first hint or tip for trying to get an on-campus job is network. That's actually how I got started in transition and engagement. I decided to do the First Year Leadership Institute program, and then I really got in touch with our advisor for all of that, and I ended up being a mentor for the First Year Leadership Institute, which wasn't a job then, but now actually you can get paid to be a mentor for that program. But anyways, then she was like, would you want to work at the front desk and be a student assistant for us? And I was like, yeah, sure, summer job. So then I started doing that, and then I got into vlogging, so network, meet people. But also, like, if you're on campus and you see someone doing a job that you want to do, just ask them how they got that job. Be like, you see someone working at the front desk of the rec center and you're like, oh, that'd be kind of cool. Walk up to them and say, hey, how'd you get that job? Like, I'd like to be doing that. And literally they'll tell you, they'll help you, they'll point you in the right direction. You can also get paid to do research on campus. So I'll also say that's a really good on-campus job because research looks really good on applications no matter what you're doing. It's an on-campus job, you're getting paid. So you can also look into researching on campus, and I've made a whole video, I'll link it right here, about how to get involved in research on campus, but you can get paid to do research on campus. So I don't want to not mention research when talking about on-campus jobs. Okay, now if maybe going up to somebody and asking how they got their job is intimidating, or you're new on campus, you don't really know who to network with, how to go about, getting a job because you just feel like you don't know that many people, you can also totally just Google it. So go to Google and type in Red Raider employment, and it should take you to the University Career Center. And then what you're gonna do from there is you're gonna click on campus jobs or something like that. And then it'll take you to a separate website where you can go, you'll create a little login, and then it'll take you and give you a list of on-campus jobs that you're qualified for, and you can totally look into that. The last thing I'm gonna say is Texas Tech, our motto is from here it's possible. So figure out like what you wanna do and talk to professors, talk to people that have those, like that kind of job or know about like what they're looking for, and see if there's something you can be doing on campus that's similar. So like, I wanna be a professor. So for the longest time I was like, well, I don't really know like what I could do, to kind of get experience and to like look good on resumes and stuff like that. Well, first of all, I found out that researching is really important part of being a professor, so I started doing research on campus and I get paid to do that. But now I'm also going to be a mentor for the Honors College, which is a paid position, and I'll actually be teaching a class once a week. So that's like, I took what I want to do in the future and I found a way to kind of put that together. Well, I wouldn't have known about that if I had asked one of my professors. I was like, do you know if there's any opportunities to be in the classroom teaching as an undergraduate student? Like, is there any opportunities like that? And Dr. Wong was like, oh my gosh, yes, be an honors mentor. And I was like, oh, you get paid for that? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. So, you know, I'm taking that on because it has to do with what I want to do. So like, maybe you want to be, I don't know, an athletic trainer or something. Go to the rec. Like, they have tons of different opportunities for employment, but beyond just like working at the front desk, you know. So you could get some experience in that realm. If you wanna, I can't think of other jobs, but like, if you want to be a teacher, you can work at the Burkhart Center and you can actually teach like special ed classes and help them out with that. Like, you're teaching to younger kids and you're helping them with their research, but you're also like actually teaching socialization and things like that. There's a ton of different opportunities to work on campus, but I would really recommend trying to find a job that plays into what you want to do, who you want to be, because you know, college is your time to train. It's about so much more than just the education you receive, but what else you're doing. So try to find an on-campus job because it is so convenient, but then try and see if there's anything on campus that's really relevant and retains to what you want to study. It's also really good because if you start doing this, like if I start teaching in the class next semester and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I hated it, it's better to figure out now, you know, so I can kind of readjust my after graduation plans. So I hope this was helpful. I hope I kind of gave you a few tips and tricks on, you know, what to be looking for when you're looking for an on-campus job, how to get an on-campus job. At the end of the day, they're just looking for dedicated students. So just prove yourself and you got this. If you need some tips on how to do interviews well, if you apply for a job and you're worried about a job interview, I'll link my video right here about, you know, some questions that you need to know how to answer for job interviews and just how to do well in job interviews because those can be stressful. Anyways, thanks for sitting down with me on this big sister chat with Maky. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day, and as always, welcome. Bye y'all.